Imagine a creature that looks like the ultimate villain from a prehistoric slasher film. 10 meters of muscle, a pot-bellied frame, and 3-meter-long razor-sharp scythes that could rip through steel. For decades, this was the nightmare of the Gobi Desert, a mystery that defied classification and challenged everything we thought we knew about the dinosaur kingdom. Our story begins in 1948, amidst the shifting red sands of the Nemegt Formation. A Soviet-Mongolian expedition unearthed a set of appendages so massive and so alien that they seemed to belong to a titan. But the man who first described them, Evgeny Maliev, was about to make one of the most famous mistakes in paleontological history. Because the claws were flattened and accompanied by rib-like fragments, Maliev believed he had found a giant 15-meter-long marine turtle. He named it Therizinosaurus coloniformis, the turtle-shaped scythe lizard. He imagined it using those terrifying blades not for war, but for peacefully harvesting seaweed in a long-lost ocean. It took nearly 30 years of further discoveries to reveal the truth. This was no turtle. It was a theropod, a member of the same lineage as the Tyrannosaurus rex and the velociraptor. But while its cousins were perfecting the art of the kill, Therizinosaurus was leading an evolutionary rebellion, trading its predatory instincts for a radical new way of life. To understand why, we have to look at its home. 70 million years ago, the Gobi was not a desert, but a humid paradise of meandering rivers and gallery forests. In this high-competition ecosystem, Therizinosaurus found a niche no other giant could reach. It became the ultimate high-browser, a prehistoric giraffe with the weapons of a god. It was a titan of contradictions. At 10 meters long and weighing 5 metric tons, it possessed a massive pot-bellied torso, a biological fermentation tank required to process vast amounts of tough vegetation. Its hind limbs were wide and heavy, designed for stability rather than speed, supporting a body plan that redefined the theropod family tree. Then, there are the scythes. For years, we wondered, were they for disemboweling rivals or digging into termite mounds? Recent digital simulations and stress tests have finally teased out the answer. Biomechanically, these claws were surprisingly brittle. Under the impact of a heavy strike or high-pressure digging, they likely would have snapped like glass. Instead, they functioned as precision grappling hooks. Using its 2-meter-long arms, the Therizinosaurus would snag high branches and pull them down to its toothless, bird-like beak. It was an efficiency masterpiece, allowing a 5-ton giant to feed in the canopy while its competitors were stuck grazing on the forest floor. But scientists believe the claws had a secret second purpose. Like the tail of a peacock, they were tools of intimidation. By simply waving these massive scythes, a male could attract a mate or ward off a rival without ever risking a physical confrontation. It was a visual deterrent that kept the peace in a world of monsters. Even the apex predator of the region, the Tarbosaurus, would think twice before approaching. While the claws were fragile for hunting, a desperate swipe from a 5-ton animal would still be lethal. Therizinosaurus survived not by being the fastest or the strongest, but by being the most intimidating outlier in the Gobi. Evidence from the Nemegt Formation suggests they were social creatures, nesting in large colonies to protect their young. Females would lay clutches of massive eggs, and the feathered juveniles would likely forage for insects and soft shoots long before their signature claws reached their terrifying adult proportions. Their reign ended 70 million years ago, caught in the crosshairs of a changing world. Rapid climate cooling, massive volcanism, and the eventual collapse of the lush river systems they called home led to their decline. The evolutionary glitch that made them so successful also made them vulnerable to the shifting tides of the Cretaceous. The KPG asteroid was the final blow, ending the era of the giants. But the legacy of the Therizinosaurus lives on. It stands as a testament to the sheer diversity of life, proving that even in a lineage of killers, nature can find a path for the strange, the peaceful, and the utterly bizarre. Today, you can stand beneath those same scythe-like claws at the Mongolian Museum of Natural History and witness the remains of an animal that redefined prehistoric survival. Which prehistoric giant should we feature next in our deep dive series? Comment below, like this video, and subscribe to Extinct Earth as we continue to reconstruct the giants of our lost world.